How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the Black Metal Rebellion. I'm your host, Jesse Morgan, and today is going to be another horror films to watch or avoid episode. Episode 14, maybe?
Nope.
We'll figure that out, I guess, afterwards. But hey, so here's another one. I got some sci-fi in here, got some straight-up horror, got some, weird old-school shit, and some supernatural stuff, and some kind of comedy horror. So there's a good bit of variety in this one. Hopefully you enjoy it. Hopefully you appreciate it. We're going to start off with some sci-fi horror, though. This is Life with Jake Gyllenhaal and Ryan Reynolds and whoever the fuck that actress is. Rebecca Ferguson. Sorry, we don't know who the fuck you are, so too bad. This one is a space film. They discover a new life, I believe on Mars. Yep, on Mars. And at first, everything's all good. And then slowly but surely, the life becomes hostile and bigger and more aggressive. And, just basically fucks everything up. So, I liked it. It was really good. A lot of people kind of thought that this would be a backdoor prequel to Venom. It wasn't, obviously. However, I could see why certain elements in this could be linked to it, even though the creature in here isn't a symbiote. It is a single-celled organism that grows to multi-celled organism and then bigger. So, yeah, unfortunately not a prequel to Venom. Unfortunately not a symbiote. It was really good. I enjoyed it. I give it an 8 out of 10. I like sci-fi horror films, like Event Horizon, like the Jesus Christ, like the Cloverfield in space one. I don't know what it was. It was really good. I enjoyed it. I don't know why everyone hated it, but yeah, that Cloverfield one was good. So yeah, check this out if you're into sci-fi, spacey type of horror films and creature features, because technically it's kind of a creature feature. Yep, 8 out of 10. Definitely recommend that one. Next is basically a Jaws ripoff for modern times with Jason Statham. If you don't know what I'm talking about, obviously, The Meg. The Meg was a great film. I enjoy creature films. Sometimes the more realistic type of creature films, the better. This also had going down into the Marianas Trench. It was unlocking there's a layer beneath what they thought was the bottom of the Marianas Trench. There's just like some sort of, I don't know, some atmospheric acid layer of something that the fucking scanners they send down tracked, and they thought that was the bottom, but apparently there's even below that a bigger bottom that goes back to prehistoric creature times. So yeah, they unleash a megalodon, which is like, I don't know, 20 times the size of a normal shark. A 75-foot prehistoric shark thought to be extinct, nonetheless. So that was neat. And yeah, so if you like Jaws or Piranha or any of those kind of like creature films, and you got like a water phobia of things grabbing your legs and shit when you're in the water, this will probably scratch that itch. Really good. I enjoyed The Meg. I heard they're potentially talking about a part 2 for this. That would be interesting, considering I don't think they actually caught all of the megalodon sharks in this film. So, hey, Jason Statham was good in this. I liked his stuff. I liked the little kind of romance that kind of started budding with him and Li Bingbing, I think. The Ruby Rose character in this wasn't that memorable, so I can't really tell you about her performance. I'm sure it was good because Ruby Rose is a good actress, but yeah, I'm going to say another 8 out of 10. Really good film, The Meg. I also like Deep Blue Sea, so fuck me, I guess. Next is the remake of Suspiria from 2018. This, oh man, I don't know what to say about this. This was really weird. If you haven't seen the original and you don't know what's going on prior to watching this movie, it's going to be a bit of a mind fuck. It's going to be really kind of weird and dicey. Like, the back of this doesn't really tell you much. A darkness swirls at the center of a world-renowned dance company that will engulf the troupe's artistic director, an ambitious young dancer, and a grieving psychotherapist. Some will succumb to the nightmare, others will finally wake up. A remake of Dario Argento's 1977 classic. So, one of the reasons why I got this was because Chloe Grace Moretz was in this, but she's right there. So yeah, she's right there, and she's in this for like 5 minutes of the film. I'm like, motherfucker, that's mostly why I came to watch this. The lead actress is okay. It's not the best. There is some like really freaky body horror in this at a couple of times, so that's pretty good. Then there's some weird occultist, devil worshipping, witch worshipping stuff in this. That once again, if you're not expecting it to happen, you're kind of like, what the fuck? Where did that come from? How did it go from people dancing and kind of suffering through their physical art to going towards being possessed by the souls of ancient witches and a WTF Keska fuck moment at the end of this movie? Like, I don't know how some of that just pops up. If you haven't read the book or seen the original movie, you're not going to be expecting that, and you're not going to understand what the fuck's going on. At least I didn't. If you haven't kind of gone into this without any sort of research or pre-recollective knowledge of anything. So yeah, I don't give this a 10 out of 10. It's like a masterpiece, 10 out of 10. It's kind of boring at points that aren't like the body horror elements or the weird artistic horror dramatic shots with creepy things going on. It's not your average slasher creature supernatural film, that's for sure. If you're into kind of slow burn type of horror films with the odd body horror type of stuff, then this will be for you. Like if you're a fan of the Vivitch, maybe you'll like this. I hated the Vivitch film. That film was garbage. It was so boring. If you like that, you'll probably love this. There's some kind of frontal female nudity in there, so there's a bonus. Yeah, there's that. I don't know. I gave this a 6 out of 10. It wasn't really that good for me. I like some of the body horror stuff. Some of the nudity was at least grabs your attention for a bit while you're kind of like, what the fuck is going on? So yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of subtitles as well. So once again, Keska fuck kind of ironically gets fit in there. All right, next. This is The Shape of Water. I've been meaning to get this for a long time. I knew it was going to be pretty good. No, unfortunately, the creature in there isn't Abe Sapien from Hellboy. That would have been really cool if it had been like a backdoor prequel to Hellboy, but it's not, unfortunately. This deaf lady who works at the secret government facility, which is basically Area 51 for more or less sake. She discovers that there's this creature in one of the holding facilities that she's not really allowed to go into. She communicates with it with like hand gestures and some sort of empathetic level, and she starts feeling for it and wants to set it free. And there's a scene where it alludes to them getting it on, and then like the next scene cuts to how the co-actress here asks, well, how the fuck would you get it on with a fish man? And she kind of explains that it opens up and comes like, no thanks, nope, not having any of that. But the story is good. I really enjoy the story around it. The character, holy fucking blurry Batman. The Fishman character looks pretty neat. Some of his powers and abilities were kind of unexpected, but at the same time, he's a supernatural creature, so I guess I probably should have expected maybe a little more. Who knows? And then the actor who plays the main bad guy in this, not really bad guy, not from his point of view at least, but Michael Shannon's character, he plays a good bad guy in this. You really feel like he's an asshole. He really plays off that douchebag government agent that wants to just kill the creature or use it as a weapon stereotype. He plays that really good. You're like, man, you're a dick and a creep, because he kind of hits on the two ladies, but mostly the deaf woman a lot. And yeah. Anyways, this was also really, really good for like the sci-fi creature semi-horror film. It's not really a lot of horror, but it's mostly sci-fi creature film. I give this a 9 out of 10. This is really good. Like, If you were wanting a Creature from the Black Lagoon modernized remake or a modern Creature from the Black Lagoon story of any sorts, this will hopefully scratch that itch. I would love to see a modern Creature from the Black Lagoon film because I'm not really into black and white shit, and most of the stuff that was made back then, the acting was terrible. It was just slow burn. The plots were probably pretty bad. Not that modern horror movies were any better, but at least they're somewhat interesting and adhere to keeping the audience's attention more, because the audience now has fucking ADD and hyper ADD going on with the kids of this new millennia. They can't stay focused for more than like 3 minutes before checking out and wanting to play on their phone or video game or something stupid like that. So yeah, it does a good job at keeping your attention. Yeah, if you were ever looking for a Black Lagoon modernized movie, that's as close as you're probably ever going to get, because I don't think anyone's ever going to touch the Creature from the Black Lagoon ever, because they don't want to fuck with the black and white horror films for some reason, even though I think they totally could. I think that, is it Universal that's having the Dark World going on? Anyways, the monster movies, I think they could totally bring back all those creatures and do them justice if they just get the right fucking script and the right actors and the right directors. I think they could do it well, and I'm looking forward to seeing it if and when that ever happens. Next is this one. I don't know, man. It was just so indie film that it kind of lost my attention. Kind of wasn't the greatest, but here we go. This is still not the movie I thought it was. This is Mermaid, Lake of the Dead. They basically just make mermaids, these evil siren type creatures that lure you to the water. They seem to either drag you into the lake and kill you, or they steal your soul or something. I don't know. Like I said, I lost kind of my attention to this movie. Some of it drags on, some of it's just really cliche, boring bullshit. Some of it just, I don't know. The plot just doesn't seem the greatest. The acting is terrible. But once again, this isn't the movie I thought it was. It was given to us for free, so luckily we didn't have to pay money for this thing. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10 just because I feel like being generous. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being too critical on this. Maybe it just didn't live up to the expectations that I was hoping for whatever reason. It being a really, really indie film. QS Films, and a bunch of foreign people. I think this was a lot of subtitles too. I think that's partially why I fucking checked out halfway through this, because there's a lot of subtitles in this film, if I remember correctly. And if I'm not in the mood for films with subtitles in it, I'm probably going to be checking out really quickly. But maybe you should check this out. Let me know what your thoughts on it is, because I feel like I'm maybe being a little too critical and harsh on it because I just wasn't in the mood for a foreign subtitled indie film at the time when I did watch this. So I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10 for now. Let me know what you think of it if you've seen it. That's Mermaid, Lake of the Dead. All right, next one is kind of a parody, spoofy type of horror film for the slasher genre. This is You Might Be the Killer. The titular character, I guess, is supposed to be sort of like Tommy Jarvis. This character is probably supposed to be like a Jason kind of character. It takes place at a camp in the woods with a couple of friends that go out there for the summer to have fun. This chick here is running a video shop that don't exist anymore. So there you go. That kind of gives you the time in which this sort of tries to take place. This is more modern. I think this was in 2018. Yeah, 2018, but it's supposed to take place in like the 80s. So this, You Might Be the Killer, was entertaining as fuck because you know it's a spoof right off the bat. So right there, you can kind of take your expectations off the table if you know it's going to be a spoof. Some of the kills were all right. The conversations between these two are pretty funny at times. The events are pretty cliche and very 80s slasher film kind of thing. The spoof part of it made it the most interesting, and how he discovers who the killer might be and how the curse works, because there's a curse in here. It's neat. It's worth a watch. I don't know if I would tell you to pay money for this, but if it comes on Netflix, or if you can find it in the bargain bin for like $5 to $10, pick it up. It's amusing, especially if you like the 80s slasher. I give it a 7.5 for the fact that it's like a spoof 80s slasher film. The next one is kind of a cross between Wish Upon from 2017 and Pet Sematary. Like a cross between those two films. Really creepy. The old lady from Sinister and those types of films is in it. Did I say Sinister? I meant Insidious. Anyways, what I'm talking about is The Final Wish. And once again, it's like Wish Upon and Pet Sematary. There's a urn that if you make wishes upon, the jinn gets more powerful, and don't make, what is it, 9 or 10 wishes that you're not allowed to do. As long as you don't make the final wish, you're fine. But after the 10 wishes, he gets your soul. Tony Todd's in this, so the guy who plays the Candyman, like forever ago, is in this. The guy who's from Final Destination. Yeah, I like this. It was neat. If you appreciate Mrs. Cheyenne from Insidious, you'll certainly enjoy her work here. That's what it says right there. She goes from being like super duper creepy to super nice and lovely to super angry and like in your face and perturbed, like all in like the span of like 5 minutes at certain times. She's really fucking harsh with her son in this. It's kind of funny and like, oh my god, dude, I can't believe your mom just said that to you. There's some kills in here that are interesting. So if you like the whole like Wish Upon or Monkey's Paw or Final Destination or Insidious and once again Pet Sematary, you should like this. I'll give this a 7.5 out of 10 as well. Most of these are pretty good. The only one that I would say isn't really worth your time is Mermaid, Lake of the Dead. But even then, I just have to be in the mood for foreign subtitled films that are also indie. Like, it's not like huge production or like amazing actors or anything like that. It's indie, it's foreign, and it's subtitled. So it is what it is. Anyways, this one was, like I said, once again, really good. Kind of like Wish Upon. I also enjoyed Wish Upon. Some people thought it was crap. Some people thought that the daughter in there was a self-entitled bitch. I've heard that going around about the character in there, but I also enjoyed that movie. Haven't seen the new Pet Sematary yet. The wife saw it on Saturday night with her mom and her mom's boyfriend. She said it was really good. It was a little bit different from the original one. A lot more people die in it apparently. And instead of Gage, the little boy, being the one gets hit by the car or truck or whatever, it's the daughter that gets hit by that. So there's a little bit of things that get changed in it. So I'm looking forward to seeing it whenever I can get around to doing so. We'll probably have to wait until it comes out on DVD. But yep, that's it. That is 7 horror films to either watch or avoid. If you've seen any of these, let me know what you think of them. Let me know if any of the ratings or my review on any of these films are way off and you think I'm being either too harsh. Let me know if I am being too generous. Let me know if you plan on seeing any of these in the future if you have not already. That's it. For Glory, for the Rebellion and the Alliance, Slammerella out. Ho ho, look at me! I fucked a fish man! Ho ho!